Phuket, Thailand, beautiful. So much to do, so much to see. I'm gonna give you the 5 things you really need to know if you ever plan a trip. Everything from their own walking street called Bangle Road, to the ping pong show, to the best hotels, to the best food places, and the best beaches. You definitely want to stay tuned, we got a lot to cover. Mr. Black Adventures coming up next. So let's get right into it. As soon as you touch down in Phuket, you got 2 options. You got the taxi option, you have a private driver option, or you have a rent-a-car option. We decided to go with the rent-a-car option, $450 later. My advice to you is very simple. Get the insurance, because if somebody so much as scratches your car, you don't want to, they have a whole list of all the different charges for each type of damage. I've never seen it before at a rental car spot, but there's a complete damage list for anything that could happen to your car, and they've got the prices right next to it. So if that's the route you want to go, explore that page, request the document, or just pay $81 and don't worry about it. But we had the car for 9 days, so $81 for anything can happen to your car insurance is pretty worth it. We did go with Eurocar. No complaints, only that the car was rusted and it was about 10 years old. Outside of that, it worked, got us where we needed to go, not a problem. If you do go do the taxi option can get really expensive, especially if you're coming from the airport. You're talking anywhere from 10,000 baht, which is the equivalent of about $33 US, to it could go up or down from there depending on how far you're gonna be in Phuket. One of the cool things about this trip is we got to stay in 4 different areas. We started off in Kamala, and then we worked our way down to Patong. We ended up going to PP for a couple days. That's a whole nother video. And then we actually went down to Kata Beach. So all these 3 areas have a whole different experience. But to start off, places to stay in Kamala, you can't go wrong staying at the Hyatt. Beautiful resort. As a globalist, I was able to get a 2-bedroom suite upgrade. By far, this was the nicest room we had on the entire trip. That's a good option if you're in the Kamala area. If you're in the Patong area, we stayed at the Ananya Beachfront Hotel, which surprisingly, this was all about location, location, location. This hotel is literally right on the beachfront. You just walk out and boom, you're on the beach. It's a smaller hotel, but I thought the bed, for me, the bed, besides the Hyatt, the bed and the pillows for this hotel was actually, it was up to my standards. It was really nice. And we actually had a walkout pool, so you could actually walk out and be right onto the pool. So not a bad place to stay. Now, if you're in Qatar, we stayed at a place called Shanali Romantica Hotel. Singles only, no kids. Another nice hotel, surprisingly, one of our favorite hotels because of the lighting, the design, like whoever built this hotel, it was really well thought out. So next, let's talk about where to eat. So if you're in that Kamala area, you definitely want to check out this place called Pan Bistro Oriental. I cannot tell you enough. This place caught me completely off guard. We get in there, the Mai Tais were fire, the mojitos were fire. The food itself was just bursting with flavor. I mean, in Thailand, it's kind of hard to not find good food, but it does happen. But this place is not that place. This place is hands down one of the best places I've been to in Thailand, and I would definitely go back. If you're not into seafood, you can go right across the street. There's a steakhouse, there's a wine connection over there, there's some other dining options. All a little on the pricey end. This area is kind of a pricier area, but I will put the location in the description. That way, if you guys are interested, it's not too far from the Kamala area. It's a little bit of a drive, but definitely worth it if you want some good food, quality food in this area of Kamala. Now, if you want to go to Patong, Patong has It's almost like being in Bangkok. There's food places all down the street. You've got tons of options. If you go on the back side of the street, so not the main drag where the beach on the beachfront, you actually walk down one street. There's a whole nother host of food options over there. Hooters is in this area. We did get a chance to actually dine there. We had a great experience with that team out there. Now, if you're in Qatar, hands down, you definitely want to go check out the Boathouse. The Boathouse is fine dining, if that's your thing, and it's just right outside. The beach is just right there. It's definitely a very nice place if you want to take a spouse or somebody important to you to a nice place to dine. You definitely surprise her, and she will be very happy after eating there. Let's talk about the best beaches. Hands down, the best beach is Kata. Period. There's nothing else to talk about. There's no rocks in the water. I will say this time, my experience, there was a lot of stuff washed up onto the beach, but it was kind of pushed out into the beach area, the upper beach area. I mean, it could have been a little cleaner this time, but once you're in the water, there's nothing. It's perfect white sand, great surf area, great boogie board area. It is wavy. If you're not into waves, this is not the beach for you because you're gonna get splashed, you might get knocked around a little bit. I'm not gonna say it's rough, but it's definitely up to the level where if you're into at aquatic surfing and you want a little action that's not kind of just still water, this is probably the best balance that you can get. Patong Beach, if you want a beach where you can just kind of chill in the water, relax, there's a lot of water sports going on. They've got jet skis over there. They've got the people doing the paragliding. They've got all that stuff. And they got delivery service. So if you want food, you want drinks, you can get all that stuff in the Patong area. So for me, Patong is like if I want delivery service, I won't say it's relaxed all the way because there's always somebody coming by bothering you trying to sell you something. You don't have that problem on Kata. Absolutely not. You've got to go get everything you want over there. So full service versus no service, you got to make your choices, right? But on Patong, you definitely got a full service beach. The water is definitely not as good looking as Kata. So make a choice there. Now in Kamala Beach, we heard somebody got bit by a shark. The guy said probably shouldn't bother it. You can look in the water, tons of rocks. Like I'm just not a rock guy at all. And if there's rocks, I'm not getting in the water. As far as beaches go, on the west side, those are the beaches we've checked out. I mean, hands down, Kata Beach is just the best beach. If you want a still water beach, I mean, while I don't recommend Patong Beach, it is that beach for a person who just wants to get in the water and not worry about a bunch of waves. And it's a full service beach. So for that busy area on the west side of this island, those are the beaches that I would check out. I know there's some other beaches south, but I clearly saw rocks in it, and I'm telling you, if there's rocks in the beach, you're never getting a recommendation from me. Now let's talk about Bangla. If you don't know what Bangla is, it's in Patong, and it is a popular night market, to say the least. I think that's a good way to put it. And I mean a market for women. Yes, there's some bars there. Yes, like I said, there's tons of food in this whole area of Patong. But bottom line, if you're going to that area, you're going out because you want to see the hottest nightlife in Phuket. And it definitely, it's as soon as you walk in, boom, you can see this is a big show. It's a big production. Now, we were solicited very much so to go see this ping pong show, and I was strongly opposed to it because I heard it was a ripoff. But since hey, I'm here to help you guys out, just know if you do go to this show, it's 900 baht. 900 baht is the equivalent of about $27 US at our current exchange rate, and that's for one drink, and that's per person. So yes, you get inside this place, and please don't sit in the front row. That's the best warning I can give you, because things will come flying at you from places that you probably would not want flying at you. That's the best warning I can give you. The next warning I can give you is if you do go, you're gonna see everything under the sun and everything you could never imagine. It is extremely graphic. It is, it leaves you a little scarred after you walk out of there. I will give you a brief snippet of the flyer and what they do there, and it didn't disappoint in any of these activities. But like I said, if that's your thing, if that's what you're into, you're definitely gonna find it here. It's not cheap. If you do get inside, decide to buy drinks, they are cheaper. I think there was a shot. It was like 250 baht, $7.50. So if that's cheap to you for a drink in a place like that, I mean, that's on you. I reserve the right to respect whatever drinks you guys want to have. But for me, I'm okay. So once you get out of that area, and there's, like I said, there's still more to this area. And believe it or not, it's not a bad area. Me and the wife, we were able to get some Connect 4 going. They have games. I remember we were playing with a group of people, about 3 different people. We were playing Connect 4, we were playing Yahtzee. And it is a little trick. If you want to play and win, they're going to ask you for a drink if they win. And remember, they play this all day long, every day. So that's what they do. They make drinks and they make money that way. So, but at the end of the day, it was some great people. I had a great time. It was a blast. We had so much fun. Actually, we went back twice. And that goes to say that, not to the ping ball show, that was one time, that was it. But just the area, there's a lot, it's bustling with nightlife. And for an area like Phuket, where it's fairly quiet, Kata is a very quiet area. There is a great little live band bar there. I will put the name of that if I can find it. I will try. I'll put it in the description if I can find it. In Kamala, you want to go to Cafe Del Mar, and if you're in Patong, you got to check out Bangle Road. And at your own risk, if you want to do the ping pong show, it's at your own risk. I can't tell you anything else. It's not a trap. It's not a scam. It's very clear. You're going to pay this, and they're not going to ask you to pay for anything else. And you get to stay there and watch the show as long as you want. So if you guys have any questions about the ping pong show, I can take them offline. But that's pretty much all I'm going to talk about for that. So the next video, we're going to be in PP. We're going to Maya Bay. I'm going to show you some of the stuff going on in that area. Pretty interesting place. I'll reserve all my opinions for the next video. But if you haven't subscribed, definitely take this opportunity to subscribe. We're going all over Thailand. This was a really extensive trip. I wanted, and this is actually our second time to Phuket. So this is an experience based on almost 11 days spent on this island, and hopefully I provided enough info. But if you guys do have any specific questions from it, I've kind of got both sides of it. I did the taxi ride the first time. We did the Buddha stuff, and I've kind of got a good gauge on. I mean, I didn't go all over the island, but the stuff that if you're going in there for a quick trip, you want to go to the good spots, and that's the spots we kind of checked out, and some. So, but if you have any questions, drop them in the comment section. And until next time, Mr. Black Adventures. Talk to you later.